Hey everyone. Today is the final call for our Legacy Speaker Summit, and I wanted to speak briefly about the post that I made today. So I made a post and I simply asked the question, um, have you ever felt this specific way? And the way in which many of us feel crippled in our work with speaking is when we feel like we're sharing our message, we're getting out there, we're getting visible, we're doing all of the things, and yet you feel like no one's listening. You may even feel like you're wasting your time. And I have certainly been there. In fact, I have been in front of audiences where I'm sharing my message and I'm speaking and I am putting my heart and soul into it, spent hours rehearsing the information, shared certain points of my talk, did all the pauses the right way, and did not receive the level of engagement I desired. Have you ever felt like you were speaking and literally it was like hearing crickets? Well, many of us have been there. And so I want to share just really briefly some ways in which we can shift our thought process when it comes to that feeling, because it's real and it does show up. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be out there sharing our message. So to the right of me, but to the left of you, depending on how you're viewing me, to the right of me is a library. I have a library of books. And some of them I haven't opened up for years. Now, my question to you is, books, they have a message in it, correct? Type yes, right? They all have a message. In addition to that, they are impactful, right? The ones that we keep in our library are often the ones that, like, man, that was a good book. I'm going to keep this handy for X, Y, and Z. It's all impactful. It's all something that matters, right? However, more than likely, many of us have not picked up that book for some time. Am I correct? So it's collecting dust. Does that mean that the messaging inside of that book, although it's collecting dust, although it's not visible, although it's not positioned in a place to be utilized at this time, does it mean that it has less value? No, it just means that it's not positioned in a way for you to have it top of mind, for you to read it again, for you to pick it up, right? So when it comes to looking at our speaking, it's beyond just the stage, the stage that you think it should be, the number of people that are going to be there. It's really about reaching the right people at the right time in the right way. Just like a book that may be sitting on a shelf that isn't being utilized, the messaging is still important, but you may be dealing with crickets, right? You may be collecting dust somehow. So if you're finding that your message as you're going out there speaking, you're sharing, isn't being picked up, so to speak, like a book, right? It's not showing to be valuable to the people that you're actually speaking to. Well, then we need to make some adjustments. Maybe the adjustments is in your positioning of your specific speaker brand. Perhaps it's adjusting the way you deliver. Perhaps it's adjusting and understanding your audience better. Maybe you need to refine your storytelling techniques, or you're just not in the right place. You're not actually getting to the right audiences or to the right conferences or to the right corporate organizations where you can make a bigger impact, where you can be able to touch lives, where you're able to make a deeper impact and change the perspectives of people. So I want you to understand that messaging could be an aspect of it, but it could also be that you need to do some refinement. Maybe you need to look at the foundational pieces that you have set up in your business and how it supports your speaking. And it's not room for you to say, give up. No, it's we need to make some tweaks, some shifts, maybe shifts in your strategy and the way that you show up. But most importantly, understanding that it's so important for us to not give up, to stay consistent, right? Make those minor tweaks, but don't give up. Even when you feel like your room is empty, even when you feel like there's crickets, even when you feel like no one is engaging with your content, there's transformation that can happen within your business as well as in the lives of the right type of people who are in a place to hear what it is that you have to say. So if you're wondering if you're wasting your time, I'm here to tell you you're not. You may just need the right type of guidance, the right type of community, the right space for you to be able to share your message. So I'm up here today to tell you this is a final call. If you're in a place where you want to land bigger stages, be more impactful in the way that you're speaking. If you're in a place where you want to generate more revenue with your speaking, I'm offering a free virtual summit tomorrow. You're going to spend 5 hours with me. We're going to be working through some of the critical parts that we often leave untouched when we're looking at leveraging speaking in our business, if we're looking at leveraging speaking for us as an expert and we just want to go out there and share our thought process. All of us can potentially utilize speaking in whatever way that we desire, but there's some critical foundational pieces that need to be addressed first. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow at our virtual summit. It's our very first one, and it's happening tomorrow, August 23rd. And if you want to join us, you can simply comment or DM me privately, Summit. If you're on my IG or my Facebook business page, I have a bot that will register you automatically. If you happen to be not on that platform, you're watching me from LinkedIn, from YouTube, right inside of this caption, you will find the actual link where you can register yourself. It's completely free. You're investing your time. But what I do request of each of you is to come with an open heart and mind. They're going to be things that you've heard of before. There's nothing new under the sun when it comes to positioning and leveraging marketing. However, we can't leverage the marketing piece and getting on more of the bigger stages that we desire if we're not willing to take the time to really get to the nuts and bolts of what's necessary to position ourselves for those stages. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. There is no fluff. There is a workbook. We will be working, and it is something that is a gift to me, to the rest of the community. So again, it's free. It's happening tomorrow. As we start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register for this incredible summit that's happening where you get a chance to learn from me and look at and do an honest assessment of currently where you are in your speaking. And if you are really truly positioning yourself to land those bigger stages, or perhaps you are right where you need to be. All right. I hope to see you there. Feel free. Go ahead and drop a DM to me with the word summit. Put only summit. Okay. My legacy bot will sign you up. If you happen to see this as a replay, as a post, make sure you type the word summit. Legacy bot will take care of you. If you happen to be watching this on another platform, go ahead and click the link in the caption. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.